Welcome back to Mr. Greenstein's Geometry. We're in section 12.2 and this is video 3. And we want to finish up with independent and dependent events. So let's just look at the conditional probability, starting with the probability of dependent events. So we have probability of A and B happening. That's going to be probability of the first event A times the probability of B happening given that A already happened. Using a little bit of algebra, we come up with the dependent probability of A and B divided by the probability of A is equal to the probability of B given that A already happened. So this is just using a little bit of algebra to convert from one to the other. This is the formula for conditional probability. Now let's calculate probability. Let's take, for example, we have a card deck and we select 3 cards randomly. What are the chances that they're all hearts when you place the cards back into the deck before you choose again? So we're going to keep putting the card back into the deck and have all 52 cards to choose from every time. Well, a heart, there's a 1 out of 4 chance of getting a heart. So probability of a heart is going to be 1 out of 4. And if we do this 3 times, it's going to be 1 out of 4 cubed, because it's 1 out of 4 times itself 3 times. So that's the same thing as 1 out of 64, which is a very low percentage. Now, what if we don't put the cards back into the deck? So the first time that we choose hearts, we have 13 out of 52, which is excuse me, which is 1/4. So you have 13 out of 52 cards that you could choose. But once you've taken that card out, now you don't have a heart to draw on, so now you have 12 hearts to choose from, but only out of 51 cards. And then when you've taken that card out, you have 11 hearts to choose from, but only out of 50 cards. So if I multiply all 3 of those together, then I get 1.2%. So you have a 1.2% chance of choosing a heart out of this scenario where you don't place the cards back into the deck. This is the independent, where you choose out of 52 each time, and this one is dependent, where you choose out of a lesser set every time. So the independent, just for your information, this one is equal to 1.56%. So it's a little better chance of picking 3 hearts in the first scenario where you place the cards back into the deck than if you were just to leave them out in the second one. And that finishes up sections 12.2, and we will continue in class tomorrow.